Friday, October 28th, 2023. How are you guys? Welcome back to the episode. It's been a couple weeks for those that are consistent, but if you are listening for a while, welcome back, guys. A new episode. It's been I think it's been a couple weeks since we last did our episode, and what we talked in the other one was, actually, let me double check. I know we were talking about like choosing the podcast name, everything, like having your life be as unique as possible, or like seeing your life to be as unique as possible, to like film your content, make it different, and what you want to do. So looking back at the notes, what didn't work? Using social media only 3 times during the day did not work. I found myself like plugging into the app significantly more, and the Logan Robles, the creator that I had like discovered that I was like, you know what, I think he's a creator that like I can like really closely like get inspiration from. But like, to be honest, all of our content's different, you know, like I don't know. And with me trying to grow the YouTube just as much as I want to grow the Instagram, I feel like I have to start with YouTube if I want to make the Instagram grow. You know, I can't really say that, oh, I'm going to build both at the same time, or oh, like they're both going to explode. Like, I just have to pick and choose like what's going to, a lot of my effort and time is going to go to. So at least for this tip for the week, or something that I'm doing, we'll see how it goes, is I'm trying to record everything as much as I can horizontal, because if I want it to be for the vlog, I can. If I want it to be for just wherever it may be, I have it horizontal, and unless I have pieces that I know for sure are gonna be vertical, then I'll shoot it all true vertical. But if I'm shooting stuff throughout the week, it's gonna be horizontal, because I believe that, you know what, there's so many creators that are on Instagram already that make people flip their phones, and that's kind of like the biggest reason why people like want to shoot true vertical, is like, oh, people won't flip their phones to like view your content, or it's an extra step for them, which, although they might be right, there already are people that are doing it, and there already are people who enjoy flipping the phone to see it look a little bit different. You know, you can't really ask a movie to be filmed vertical if people are going to watch it on social media. Like, no, you can find trailers and like repurpose the content through there, which is exactly what like my team and I want to do. Like with my boy Emilio, what's up, man? We want to start using our footage that we shot horizontal into a vertical kind of usage. So now if I'm filming like at a coffee shop, I'll just film super wide, and now I can use a sliver of it should we want to repurpose that. But also I can perfectly make a reel horizontal and just have people rotate the phone, if that makes sense. That's one new thing that we're trying out to see how content can be like just best maximized for YouTube and for Instagram, because like I want to grow this YouTube, and here we are again. I mean, I should have said where we're at. We're back at the Morro Campground in Newport. I just wanted to what's it called? I wanted to start testing out this place and trying to film content from it, because I've seen a lot of people make YouTube videos about like camping here, and like the more and more I like build the muscle of like recording, of vlogging, of like setting up, you know, placing the camera and then press record, it just kind of gets me in the groove and understanding what I have to do to like get better at it. So that's one thing that I'm doing. And moving forward, like, damn, it was so competitive to get this spot. So I think I'm starting to like look at other places, but they're all kind of far away, and they're not as luxurious as like being by a beach. But that's like one thing that I'm like discovering of like filming my content, is I want to see how I can be the most productive of my time. So for example, I'm here car camping, so I film my content of like being inside the car, setting up, tearing it down. But when I want to get B-roll and content for like the rest of my Instagram and other pieces, it's not going to be all car camping, and it's not going to be just all outdoorsy. So being able to just like instantly switch back to reality and drive to, where was I yesterday, to Beachcomber Cafe, to Shake Shack, to what did I have for lunch, for it's somewhere going to places like there, I'm able to just record like normal things, like picturesque things, and just like have it still tied to like the content that I'm currently making. Oh, I went to a coffee shop and had food there. But yeah, I'm just trying to use my time as most efficient as possible. So for example, like I'm walking away with this trip with 5 videos. I filmed an instructive vlog that talks about content creating and a little bit about the car camping side. I filmed a YouTube video that talks specifically on like my setup for car camping, like in a Model 3. This is like what I use for car camping. Those are my 2 YouTube videos. And then every place that I ate, I filmed a YouTube video. So I filmed a video at Beachcomber Cafe. I filmed a video at the Starbucks place, at the coffee place, and then I filmed a tiny reel at Shake Shack. I like try to film as best as I can in those places, but all vertical to make reels. And now I'm walking with like 5 pieces of content, and actually 6 if I count you guys, the podcast. So we'll see how we can best use it. But like I also, like, you know, consistency is key. So if I'm not able to like keep doing this, but I'm able to have the content somewhat blend so I can do other things outside of camping, if I can, like, there's so many things I want to do. So like being able to like figure out what's the balance that I can do, you know, it's better that way. So I don't know if I'm gonna have everything that I've done the last 2 weeks into here. I might just have 2 episodes drop this week because so much has happened. But to kind of recap on you guys on like what else has worked, as I'm using time lapses as a way of, one, cleaning my room, but I'm also using cleaning my room as a way to show up on social media. So like every time I want to clean my room, I just set up the camera and make a little time lapse and either caption it or just like put nothing or like throw it in like as B-roll, and it works. People love just seeing like someone else clean their room, what their setup looks like. Whew. Man, shooting at like 7:30 in the morning is not like, man. But showing people like what I'm doing is like very relatable, and like people just like seeing someone else clean the room. It's like I've gotten so many DMs of people saying, man, I need to clean my room. There you go. That's our connection. And also like the weekly recap. So as I mentioned in the last episode, I would film a video called Week in My Life as a full-time videographer, part-time creator, and it was a success in my opinion. It was really, really good. I only got like 1,700 views, which I'm grateful for. As long as the reel passes 1,000, I'm happy. But the amount of engagement, the amount of like positive feedback, the amount of like eyes opened about what I'm doing was like a huge hit. People are now seeing, like, they're appreciating what I'm doing, they're seeing how busy that we are, they're seeing like how much stuff gets done, gets made, the balance, like me figuring it out on my own. People love it, people appreciate it, and like it's just one of those things that like people really like. So from there, I realized that I need to be able to keep doing that, but I need to find a balance. If I have productive days and not productive weeks, maybe I can do a little a day in my life instead of like a week in my life. So being able to just do that might be a bigger hit than just doing every single week, because the weeks might die down. But that's kind of like been my big thing. And also, guys, like, that's what I'm saying, like, as long as I get 1,000 views, it's so beneficial for me. But the biggest takeaway that I'm seeing, or the biggest value from Instagram, is like the engagement. So like what I'm doing, which is like a huge hit, and like Chris, if you listen to this, shout out to you, bro, is I'm like constantly giving love to other people's content. So I'm like, that's actually one thing that I have been able to commit to. So in the mornings and in the evenings, all I'm doing is just watching people's stories, replying to their stories, and also commenting on people's posts. So what I decided to unfollow a lot of people that I like go for inspiration, people that honestly I just don't interact with that much, and strictly follow people that like are already giving me love, because I want to nurture that relationship. So if I can start with a clean slate and only give love to the people who's like already liking my content, commenting, and just boosting the engagement, I want to do the same to theirs. So it's just like a win-win. They comment on mine, I comment on theirs, and my feed is like constantly being shown on their end. And now I'm able to just have a much smaller plate to like eat from, and whenever I have new followers, it's easy for me to like give love to their page, you know. So I think engagement is like the biggest piece of like that anyone is under realizing, because like stuff's already becoming fruitful, but I kind of want to share that in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. But I have 2 doors that are being open just from like engaging and just being consistent on like commenting on people's stuff. And besides that, and on top of that, one way that I've like discovered a lot of engagement and like an easy way for me to show up, that like starting with this podcast will be like my way of bringing it back, is I used to have this game. I used to call them Snap Hunts because I used to post it on Snapchat, but then I moved it to Instagram, so I had to like rebrand them and call them Emoji Hunts. So I had a friend who used to have a streak on Snapchat, and he called them his steaks. So every day for his streak picture, he would hide a red steak and pictures that he would try to take of that had red in it. So for example, like the brake lights for his car, stuff in his kitchen, like a red sweater. He used to have steaks, and I loved the idea, but my twist on it was just hiding whatever emoji. So instead of it being so specific, it's like less specific. Now I'm hiding whatever emoji that I find is like suitable, and I like give hella love to like people that like play the game. So if they like reply, if they like DM me the answer, I'm like giving them immediate feedback. I'm like congratulating them. I'm like telling them I'm so happy they're playing, which is the truth, but also like I want them to know that I appreciate their effort. So what I do, or what I used to do, which I will come back to doing, is like in the morning, first thing in the morning, I will content on a lot of people's pages. So like now my feed is bound to show up on other people's feed, and my first story of the day will be this game, and I'll have like music playing. I'll have either a picturesque photo that I've taken, or just like a regular iPhone one that I can find in my camera roll. See which there's a lot of color, there's a lot of patterns, and then see what emoji I can hide in there. It might be a lizard, it might be like the @ symbol, it might be a boot, it might be a tooth, you name it. It's like whatever solid colors, whatever I can like easily blend in. And once I've blended it in, I will, with the same with the same color of the emoji, I will create text and like color the text to what the emoji is, and I'll say like find the tooth, and that will be white, or find the lizard, and that'll be green, or it'll be like find the heart, and it'll be red. I'll put find the heart, and at the very bottom I'll put DM me to show proof if you found it. I think like it's much shorter, but I'll just be like DM me if you proofing, like if you ain't a liar, you ain't a truther. So if like you're proofing, like if you found it, and people like it, people give me like immediately like DM me to show like they found the answer, and I'll like give them feedback and everything. And then after 24 hours, so I used to do it like the next morning, but then it kind of breaks my rule of first reel of the day, or first story of the day. So at night I give people like maybe 16 hours, call it, because 8 hours of sleep, and I'll just post the answer. And so little by little, I've like started testing, like if I get feedback with like not posting the answer, or posting the answer, because some people will be like, oh man, that's where it was, or they'll also be like, I knew it, I wasn't sure if that was it. So like different people give me different responses on like how they liked seeing where the answer was or not. But that's one thing that I'm really trying to do to kind of show up on people's content. But also similarly, I think I already talked about it, but like I'm giving so much love on people's content. So may it be through like messaging people. So if I'm having regular conversations, instead of it being on Snapchat, instead of it being on iMessage, I'm like slowly migrating all of my conversations to be on Instagram. So one, it shows Instagram that a lot of people are in my DMs, and it shows Instagram that like I am constantly on the app, and like it's best to like push my feed, my content. And it's worked. Like I have tons of DMs now. Like it just keeps pushing my stuff. And with me like commenting on people's stories, if they comment on mine, or they like reply like my story comment, it'll just go into the DMs. So like that's one thing that I'm doing that's like really, really working, and it's fruitful, because simply like a lot of people are responding to you where it's most convenient. So if I text them on Instagram, if I text them on iMessage, they're not going to go to Instagram to like reply. They're going to reply there. Or if I comment on people's stories on Snapchat, they'll reply there back. So if I can keep most of my conversations on Instagram, I'll just have like a tremendous more of people just seeing my content and interacting with me on Instagram. But yeah, let's see what else can I talk about. Let me see. I guess I can talk about car camping because there was a lot of stuff that like happened this past week, and again, I want to save it for the next episode. But car camping was a big hit. What I decided to do was this is going to be like my third source of just content. So I have you guys, and we're the podcast. I have like my talking head videos, but then I also have car camping because I want to choose a community that just can like follow me, or that I can contribute to, give my ideas and opinion. And with everywhere being like not so saturated, but like I want to find a place that like I'm happy creating and like I can for sure work on. And like I've always loved camping, so being able to just car camp, I'm able to just fall in love with the new little hobby again and stick to that. And I honestly don't think that there's too many people doing this. So like that's also one tip, like really trying to find something so specific. And like it's okay to learn to love a new hobby. You know, I could have easily said like, oh, you know what, all I'm gonna do is just like try fashion and do clothes, but like it's just so small, it's just like it's not specific enough. And like there's already people that like have a big opinion, big voice, whereas like this stuff is like so small. Like people can easily find a new creator that they love watching and follow along. So like that's kind of like my angle of it. So now I filmed a video today or yesterday or the past 2 days that is like me arriving in my Tesla, me like showing you what my setup is, me showing you like what I'm doing, how I would do it, the products that I bought. And then in the next video I'll talk about like items that like I miss or I wish that I had, and then I'll buy them for the next camp out, so now I get to show them again. So like constantly like the setup is ever growing, the setup is changing, and with every different scenery that I go to, I can now share with them that. And even for this one, I had like an EV plugin, which was super clutch. So like I can like now share with people, like if you want to just go to a campsite near you that like has an EV plugin, welcome to Morrow Campground. So yeah, that's like one thing that I started doing with car camping, and it's been such a good positive feedback already. Like I was talking to a couple earlier. They're like an old retired couple. They have a Model Y and they have like a trailer in the back. And I just pulled over as I was like getting ready to shoot content, and they like asked me like how I like my car. I asked how they like theirs, and like I just got to share with them like what I'm planning on doing with like my channel, and they were so excited to see. And I took a little selfie with them, so now I get to feature them on the show, and like they were okay with me like plugging in their content. So like there's already communities that like I can start building, people that will like look forward to like what I'm making. So like that's my tip too, like find your community, like learn to love the people, and people will learn to love your stuff. So no different, you know, it's all the same to be honest. But I have this plan going on for car camping, and I shared with you guys like my plan is to like in 2 years get a Model X. And if I did it, or you didn't listen to the last episode, yeah, my plan is to get a Model X in 2 years and start car camping with that car. But I was like, why am I gonna wait 2 years to like start doing all this content? Just do it with this car. So I want to start doing it with this one, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, like I'll slowly build it till like I can get a Model X. But I have no doubt in my mind I can start like getting brands to work with me, getting good content, doing all this stuff. So I'm excited to like make it grow. And it's just honestly so like gratifying, like just coming here somewhere alone, and all you can do is like what you came here for, you know. Like it's like when you go to the gym at like an actual gym place, you're like, I'm already here, like I'm stuck here for an hour because I told myself like let me now commit to working out. Whereas opposed to like working from your garage or working out in your room, it's so easy to like not train till failure. It's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy to like not stay for an hour because like you can just open your garage door and now you're back at home. You know, putting yourself in places like this is like, it might be a little bit of a hindrance for like my family. They gotta take care of my dog, they gotta like rely on like one less person in the house. But like look, I got to spend like literally 24 hours, like if I consider like this morning and like the evening I came, or like a full day, like one morning, one night, and then a whole day of just creating content. Like I was able to formulate 5 videos, 2 of them being YouTube, 3 of them being Instagram, that like one I liked. And on top of that, I got to take a lot of photos. I got to just like recharge. I had to get like a good amount of sleep. I got to just like enjoy it all. So that's like also like one great thing. Like, you don't have to car camp, you don't have to like do what I'm doing, but like if you can find some way of just like isolating yourself and putting yourself in an environment that all you do is content creating, then I believe that it's gonna work out. Like, I used to do a lot of like Marriott trips, but like low-key they're like a little bit expensive, and also like I want to like really dive in on car camping, so like I'll go back to Marriott's when I can, because like the content is just so different, you know, filming here and filming in one of those. So I'll see what I can do. But just like every time that I go there, all I'm there to do is like film. So like videos get made, or like videos get like edited, and that's like a cool part. Same thing here, like I pushed myself to film the videos, and then I'm bored, I'm like, damn, what do I do? You film another video. Like, it's amazing like how strong that is, like just being able to put yourself somewhere. And now look, like all I can do now is just film these videos, and I have fun with it. I love it. I get to like enjoy myself. I don't think there's anything better than that. So with car camping, I am like deciding to build my YouTube. It's like one of my like ways of showing up, of like getting content, and hopefully one day like being able to make money off of it. So that's what I'm doing with this. And with that, I wonder if I can share anything else about the content. If you guys are like me and you're trying to get into like lifestyle influencing or like user generated content, one super clutch thing is like, if you can do it right, you can show off your setup for car camping. So I'm just starting, so I don't have like blankets or mattresses or whatever for like companies for me to like be able to start tagging. But like the more I grow it, I can start tagging them, and then I can just work with people, get stuff for free, make the content more easy, and after a while I can start getting paid for it. So like with something as like with something so easy for me to like be passionate about, I can now easily just like find content and like have clients just start sending me stuff, and that's like the whole point. That's like exactly what I want to do. So with me being able to just focus on this, now I get to have like content being like material being sent to me for like the podcast. So let me see. I think with that, I'll just leave it at an end, because I don't want to just prolong this episode, but I do have so much more stuff to share with you. So I think this podcast is going to drop on a Monday. We might have a surprise drop next Monday, or actually, to be honest, I'm going on a cruise next week, so I might need time to have an episode drop. So I'll just have that one go, and then now we can kind of like, we won't skip a beat. Alright guys, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Next week I should have a better idea on like what to share with you guys about like filming, or like what stuff that I'm doing, the balance between like using the G7X and like my iPhone and like my R5C. And also I bought some toys for the G7X. I'll share with you that, guys, next time. But take care, guys. This was fun, and welcome to the journey, guys. This is me from creator to creator. Peace.